cameo because I wanted a whatever third movie would have been by Ridley Scott after the events of Covenant. I want that.
Me too.
And or Neil Blomkamp's version where they forget all the movies and they just pick up after Aliens. I want that, but I don't think they're gonna. It's an R-rated property. It's like by design, this thing bursts out of your chest. That is not a Disney
and it
brand.
is a beautiful thing to do.
And it is so beautiful to watch.
But then just do the thing that they did in the 80s where they had Touchstone or somebody else.
That's what I feel like. I'm not as worried about non-R-rated Disney as everybody else is. I feel like Disney's going to keep making R-rated films under. They own the name Fox. They can distribute Fox films.
That's what I'm hoping they do. It just seems
that
all the reports coming out, this earnings call with Bob Iger, where they're unimpressed with this.
Also, everything is safer now. Regardless of what you think, there's Disney owns Fox now. Disney is not the same Disney that it was in the 80s.
Sure, correct.
Like even if you watch the animated movies like Snow White and Pinocchio, those were super dark,
right?
And they were for kids, right? They changed their brand as well.
Right.
So
The
that's
Lion
what
King
worries
was
me.
kind of dark. I mean,
it had its moments.
Not only are we neutering everything, we're making everything so accessible. We don't have interesting content. We have this very neutral, and that's how we're getting good indie filmmakers back. And I think that's how we're going to get good mid-range filmmaking back. But
That's true.
What gets more clicks than saying no more R-rated movies? I feel like we're sensationalizing this thing. It's very new. Fox was only a year ago. I feel like all of these releases are them getting clicks. I feel like journalism's dead, but the continued death of journalism is happening. The fact that Joe Rogan is the best choice to moderate the 2020 presidential debate because Time doesn't do their job, CNN doesn't do their job, no one actually reports from an unbiased perspective. We need Joe Rogan. Like, it's terrifying how far we've fallen, and that's tying into this R-rated thing. It's just getting sensationalized.
Coach Andrews is very unimpressed with
I
journalism,
like
and
this.
I agree. And I agree.
I like this.
Shut the ball.
And I think ultimately you're probably right because there are so many properties. They do have the Fox banner. They could put up the dun, 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 and we can be off and running.
was that again?
And then we had it with Touchstone Pictures. We had it with Hollywood Pictures. They own Miramax. For God's
Tarantino
sakes.
and Kevin Smith got their start under the Disney banner by way of like trickle
by
down.
way of Miramax. So it's there. I just think that to your point about the media and sensationalizing everything, we are only hearing about how we're unimpressed with X-Men. We're doing this with this. We're doing this with it. We don't know what to do with Deadpool. So everything right now is like, I think they're trying to figure out what's going on with their Fox.
Jojo Rabbit is the best possible case scenario for them to get weird press. There's a movie,
but they don't know what to do with that either.
But what better headline than like Taika Waititi's Hitler movie has blah blah blah. It's like, well, I'm gonna click that. So there's 100 other movies that might be already that get out there, but we're not gonna hear about that stuff because it's not as enticing as it's just.
Yeah.
I
They
feel
just
like this will
don't
blow over.
They don't focus their marketing on those movies.
Right.
That's what bothers me because, like we've talked about this on the show before. Avengers and all those movies, they don't need as much marketing as they think, right? So that's what I don't understand as to like why that money isn't going to smaller budget movies.
Right. Well.